hockey fans. Well, after a 1 week absence, I got my computer back and I'm up and running. So we're going to jump right to week 7. So we're jumping a week this week. And the Montreal Canadiens find themselves in solid first place. 33 points, number 1 in the league. They've lost their last game, mind you, which was on tonight. But they're 8-2-0 in their last 10. Tampa Bay still doing well at 32. Tampa Bay still doing well at 30 points. They won their last game. And the Boston Bruins jumped up 4 spots and lost their last game, but they are 7-3-0 in their last 10. And I've seen a couple of their last games, and I don't want to comment on why they could possibly have jumped up 4 spots like that, other than to say there's only been about 3 or 4 penalties called in the last 4 games. That's both teams put together. So Pittsburgh, no movement there, 28 points, first in their division, 7-2-1. They're still doing well. The Islanders, the surprising Islanders, but not really because that's what I predicted at the beginning of the season. 28 points, tied with Pittsburgh. No change in their standings, 8-2-0, won their last 3, including 2 against Pittsburgh back-to-back. And the New York Rangers, they jumped up 6 spots. They were struggling for a long time there. I had lost track of them. But they jumped up 6 spots, went from 12th place to 6th place, and are solid in the playoffs, 4-3-3 in their last 10. They've won their last 2. Detroit Red Wings, consistent. They did drop from 3rd to 7th, but that's just because they dropped out of the top 3 in their division. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, despite some horrible losses, some of which I actually saw, but have won their last 2 games, jumped ahead of the Senators with 24 points and find themselves in the last playoff spot. The Ottawa Senators, in the meantime, no change since week 3, 9th place, 22 points, lost their last game, 4-4-2 in their last 10. Washington Capitals lost their last game. And the Washington Capitals lost their last game 5-4-1, 21 points out of the playoffs. New Jersey Devils, no change there, still in 11th place. Florida Panthers move up a spot. Philadelphia dropped 7 spots back out of the playoffs again, although they won their last game. They got read the riot act, by the way. And the Carolina Hurricanes, Columbus Blue Jackets, and Buffalo Sabres, not much change there, although Buffalo has won their last 3. One memorable game against Toronto. They won that one 6-1 or 6-2. Anyway, they can hang their hat on that one. And that's it for the East. And now for the Western Conference, and for all of the talk of how powerful the Western Conference is, other than the top teams, and even at that. So let's start St. Louis Blues. They went up a spot, 7-3-0 in their last 10, won their last 2. Nashville Predators, 7-3-0 as well, won their last 1. See, that's all very good so far. Chicago Blackhawks jumped up 6 spots, 6-4-0 in their last 10. Lost tonight. Anaheim Ducks 4-1-5. So they've lost 5 times in overtime or the shootout. They've won 2. They've managed to go up a spot. Vancouver Canucks, they went down a spot, 6-3-1 in their last 10. They won tonight. And the Calgary Flames 7-3-0. They've won 1. They're still going good. They haven't changed. They're still in the same position they were in before. Los Angeles Kings 5-3-2. They lost their last game. No change there. San Jose Sharks the same, 3-5-2, which is amazing. And they're still in the playoffs. They've lost their last 3, and that's because Winnipeg's lost their last 2. They've dropped down 6 spots. They're 4-4-2. Minnesota Wild are 5-5-0. They've lost 1. They didn't change position. Dallas Stars, they came up 3 spots, won their last 2, but still only have a record of 4-6-0. And the Arizona Coyotes, they dropped a spot. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10, lost 1. Colorado Avalanche 4-5-1. They've won their last game. This team is struggling. Edmonton Oilers 2-7-1 for all of those first round picks and the years that they've toiled away here. They're still in last place. They've lost their last 4 games. They've dropped down 2 positions. They're now in the basement with only 14 points. That's tied with the Eastern Conference's worst spot. And I guess that's it. Like I said, the Western Conference, except for the top 8 teams, and even at that, the 8th top team has a losing record in their last 10. Not all that powerful. We'll see how they make out against the East this year. That's it for this week. Until next week.